Today, we're sighting in on reloading, or hand loading as it can be called. It's not just about saving money on your ammo, it's about precision and accuracy on the range. We'll show you how.
Sighting in with Shooting USA. The guns, the gear, and the information to get you on target.
Today's show has been a long time coming, for years now. Some of you have been asking for an explanation of reloading. Well, we're finally doing it, but I want to be honest, I'm not qualified to teach this subject. So we've invited in a guy who is. We've got Alan Jernigan, the general manager of RCBS here, to walk us through the processes, and it turns out there are 3 distinct areas of reloading, and not all of them are about saving money on ammo. Right, Alan?
That's right, Jim. You can certainly save money, but what we'd like to talk about today is how do you improve the accuracy of your firearm through hand loading. First thing we want to do is we want to inspect every single case to make sure there's no tears or cracks in the casing.
Good safety procedure. Now what?
The next step, Jim, is to lubricate our cases. To do this, we'll take 5 or 6 cases at a time. Simply lay them on your case lube pad. Notice that I keep the shoulder of the case off the lube pad because we do not want lubrication on the shoulder. You roll them across the lube pad lightly. All you want is a very light film. Now what you want to do is put a little bit of lube on the case neck brush and lightly lube the inside of the case neck. This will make it easier during the sizing process. Okay, Jim, the next thing we're doing is we're using the RC single stage rock chucker press to resize and deprime the case. You'll notice that I'm working in a batch process. I'm working with the unsized cases on my left. I size, deprime, and then move the completed sized case over to the right. That way I keep my loading process organized. The next step along the way, Jim, is to trim your case to the proper specification.
Now this is because every time you fire a rifle cartridge, it actually grows, right?
That's correct. Today we're loading 30-06 cartridge, and you'll have to refer to your Spear manual in order to get the proper specifications to trim to. I've already set up our Trim Pro case trimmer today. So we insert the casing into the shell holder. You release the handle and let the Trim Pro run until it comes to the pre-adjusted stop. The next step is to deburr the case mouth and to clean the primer pocket. To do that, we go to our case prep center. The first operation is to deburr the outside of the case mouth. Next, you deburr the inside of the case mouth. You flip the case over, and with the primer pocket brush, you clean the primer pocket. And the final step is to clean the burr out of the primer flash hole.
All right, Alan, now we're ready to prime, and this is why we're both wearing safety glasses. This is the beginning of potential danger, right?
That's correct. During the priming operation, you always want to wear safety glasses, Jim. It's just a good, safe practice. What we're going to prime with today is the RCBS APS hand priming system. It's the safest system on the market. It's very simple to use. It has a universal shell holder, so it'll hold any case. You simply slide the case into the shell holder and pull the handle. The nice thing about priming on a hand tool like this is you have a much better feel for seating the primer. You know when the primer is seated to the bottom of the primer pocket.
All right, Alan, we got primer, now powder.
That's right. Next is the powder charge. To get the correct powder charge, you want to refer to your Spear manual. Those are factory-tested charges, and you know you have a safe cartridge at that point. What we're using today is Alliant Reloader 19. We've already preset the charge for that, and we stored it into memory in our Charge Master combo. So at this point, all we have to do is hit the dispense button, and it starts to dispense the powder charge. As the dispenser completes the charge, you simply funnel it into the next case. Return the powder pan to the scale. And as we load in the batch process, we'll continue to move from the left to the right.
All right, with the powder in there, we're now ready for the bullet, and this is where the accuracy comes into play.
That's correct, Jim. I've removed the size die from the press, and I've installed the seat die to the proper setting so that it customized this cartridge for my chamber.
Now we want the bullet just to touch the lands just as it enters the rifling, so no vibration.
That's correct. That's where you're going to really improve accuracy. So what we do is we simply install the casing that has powder into the shell holder. We place the bullet on top of the casing, run the case up to the top of the stroke, and there you have it, a custom fit cartridge for my chamber.
All right, so this process, Alan, is high accuracy, but you can also be saving money if you're loading a premium bullet like these trophy bonded bear claws, right?
That's correct, especially when you get into the premium components is when you're going to save the most money, and it ends up giving you a customized fit cartridge for your specific chamber.
All right, we've shown you the single stage high accuracy process, but this is not going to do it if you're shooting 1,000 rounds a weekend as a USPSA competitor. Coming up, we'll show you the progressive loading press.